Hello, everyone. My name is Savannah King, and I did my presentation on responsibilities of citizens during time of disaster. What is a disaster? According to the United Nations Office for Disaster Risk Reduction, a disaster is a series of disruption of the functioning of a community or society at any scale due to the hazardous events interacting with the conditions of exposure, vulnerability, and capacity, leading to one or more of the following: human, material, economic, and environmental losses and impacts. Some examples of disasters are tornadoes, severe storms, hurricanes, tropical storms, floods, wildfires, earthquakes, droughts, and extreme heat. So, citizens' responsibilities before disasters can start at home with creating an emergency kit to make sure you have everything you need before it strikes. Also, staying informed and listening to what the government is saying is super important. Whether they say you should evacuate home or stay, and you should abide by whatever they're saying. If they tell you to evacuate, you shouldn't stay home. Joining a local volunteer group is also super important just to make sure everyone in the community has what they need before the disaster strikes. Then citizens' responsibilities during disaster is going to be listen to the government. New norms become emergent during disasters, such as milling. And according to Snyder, milling is the widespread search for meeting and appropriate standards among the affected population. So, in order to avoid this behavior, it's just important for citizens to listen to what the government is saying instead of the people around them, like their neighbors, when looking for understanding. Then responsibilities for citizens after disaster is going to be participate within the community. An example of this could be cleanup if there's debris everywhere, and also work with FEMA and non-governmental agencies such as the nonprofit Red Cross to help speed up the recovery process. And if you personally weren't deeply affected, but there were people that were extremely affected, it's important to show up for the community and to show your support for those people. I wanted to pull a prime example of citizens being responsible after a disaster. So Hurricane Hugo didn't strike in North Carolina first. It struck in the Caribbean and South Carolina, and there was a lot of milling and people were very confused, and it was largely perceived as a failure in both places. But Hurricane Hugo struck North Carolina on September 22nd, 1989, causing loss of electrical power, 7 deaths, and billions in damages. But something good that did emerge from this was the Hugo Citizen Task Force. So in North Carolina, milling barely occurred, but rather community action. It only occurred for a brief second. With the help of emergency management officials, disaster victims themselves originated a Hugo Citizen Task Force to help individuals and families that were falling through the cracks on relief efforts. This is a prime example of citizens taking responsibilities and something we can look at when dealing with disasters in the future of how they can speed up the recovery process. In conclusions, the responsibilities of citizens before, during, and after play a vital role in how the disaster is going to be dealt with. When citizens contribute to their communities, such as the Hugo Citizens Task Force, and listen to the government officials, it provides a smooth process for it all and allows it to be perceived more as a success than a failure.